From Regent Avenue Extension, Great Lake State, this is MBN TV Mega Broadcasting Network, Mega News at 6, live and direct from our studio here. My name is El Samuels. The news is also live across all our social media handles on MBN 360. Let's take a look at the headlines.
Government sets up 5 committees to coordinate post-flood response. In business, government to scale up agroecology and the Feed Ghana program, Vice President. And on the international front, Ebola treatment trial begins in DR Congo.
Details of the stories and more coming up. Government has established a 5-member interagency committee to coordinate recovery efforts following the recent floods that affected several parts of the country.
Government has announced the formation of 5 special committees to spearhead the national response to recent flooding incidents across affected communities. The committees are expected to coordinate relief efforts, assess damage, and support the restoration of essential services such as roads, drainage systems, and displaced livelihoods. According to officials, the move is aimed at ensuring a more structured and efficient recovery process while also strengthening future flood preparedness and disaster management systems. The committees will work closely with relevant state agencies, metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies, as well as humanitarian partners to deliver urgent assistance to victims. Government says the initiative forms part of broader efforts to reduce the impact of recurring floods and improve resilience in vulnerable areas.
The Ghana Armed Forces have been deployed to spearhead a nationwide drain cleaning exercise as part of post-flood recovery efforts following recent heavy rains, flooding in several communities. The Ghana Armed Forces will lead a nationwide drainage clearing exercise as part of government post-flood recovery measures following recent devastating floods. The operation aims to clear slate, debris and waste from major drains and waterways to improve the free flow of storm water and reduce the risk of future flooding. The military personnel will work alongside metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies, the National Disaster Management Organization, and other state agencies to restore affected communities and strengthen flood resilience. Authorities say the exercise forms part of a broader national response to improve sanitation, protect life and property, and prevent reoccurrence of the destruction witnessed during the recent heavy rains. Residents are also being urged to support the exercise by avoiding indiscriminate waste disposal and help to keep the drains free from
safeguard public health and strengthen national resilience against future flooding. In the immediate aftermath of the disaster, His Excellency the President of the Republic conducted an area reconnaissance of the affected areas to obtain a first-hand assessment of the extent of the devastation and to direct government's response based on the realities on the ground. Following this assessment, the President directed the activation of a national post-flood mitigation task force to coordinate all recovery, relief, and mitigation interventions. To ensure an effective and coordinated response, specialized subcommittees have been established, namely the Anti-Flood Task Force, which is now the Post-Flood Mitigation Committee, Early Warning Committee, Sanitation and Health Committee, Relief and Donations Committee, and Emergency Communications Committee. As an immediate demonstration of the government's commitment to the welfare of affected communities, His Excellency the President has committed 350 million Ghana cedis to support emergency relief, recovery, and flood mitigation interventions. Government has further directed that the Ghana Armed Forces lead the operational component of the mitigation effort. This will be done in collaboration with the relevant agencies under the Ministry of Water Resources, Works and Housing, the National Disaster Management Organization, the Metropolitan, Municipal and District Assemblies, the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana National Fire Service, the Ghana Health Service, the Environmental Protection Agencies, private sector organizations, and other relevant stakeholders. The nationwide cleanup and recovery exercise will focus on restoring public safety, improving sanitation, and preventing secondary disasters such as outbreaks of cholera, typhoid.
The Deputy Minister for Health has reaffirmed government's commitment to strengthening maternal health care delivery through reforms aimed at improving access quality and also outcomes for mothers and newborns across the country.
The Deputy Minister for Health has outlined government's renewed drive to improve maternal health care through targeted reforms across the health sector. The initiative seeks to expand access to quality maternal services, strengthen antenatal and postnatal care, and reduce preventable maternal and infant deaths. The Deputy Minister says government will continue working with healthcare professionals, development partners, and local communities to improve health infrastructure, equipment, and skilled personnel in underserved areas. The reforms also focus on enhancing emergency obstetric care, promoting safe deliveries, and ensuring that every expectant mother has access to timely and affordable health care. Government says the measures form part of broader efforts to achieve better maternal and child health outcomes while advancing universal health coverage.
In other story, government has announced new incentives for teachers serving in rural communities, including a reduction in the required waiting period for study leave with pay and also the introduction of a 20% allowance.
Government has announced new incentives for teachers serving in rural communities, including a reduction in the required waiting period for study leave with pay and the introduction of a 20% allowance. Government has unveiled new measures aimed at improving the welfare of teachers serving in rural and underserved communities. The new package includes a reduction in the waiting period for study leave with pay, as well as the introduction of a 20% allowance for eligible teachers posted to rural areas. Officials say the initiative is designed to attract and retain qualified teachers in hard-to-reach communities while addressing disparities in educational staffing across the country. Government believes the incentives will enhance teacher motivation, improve learning outcomes, and support efforts to ensure equitable access to quality education nationwide. The announcement forms part of broader reforms intended to strengthen Ghana's education sector and improve conditions of service for teachers.
Government efforts to attract, motivate, and retain teachers in deprived and underserved communities. Special incentives have been put in place for teachers who accept posting to such areas. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to note that one of these incentives is a reduction in the number of years required to qualify for study leave. Originally, it was 3 years if you were in a deprived area. We have reduced it now to 2 years. So any person who accepts posting to a rural deprived area after 2 years of service can apply for study leave with pay. We also are engaged in continuous education and capacity building of teachers across the country. In addition, Mr. Speaker, government is committed to roll out a 20% salary we assured for rural posting allowance for teachers serving in rural and deprived areas, and the Ministry of Finance, GS, and the Ministry of Education is working as implementing that.
Away from the Education Ministry, a court has ordered accused persons in a $2 million SkyTrain trial case to open their defense after ruling that the prosecution has established a prima facie case requiring an answer.
A significant development has emerged in the ongoing $2 million SkyTrain trial. The court has ordered the accused persons to open their defense after determining that the prosecution has presented sufficient evidence to warrant a response. The case relates to the controversial SkyTrain project, under which approximately $2 million was allegedly expended during the planning and feasibility stages. With the ruling, The accused will now have the opportunity to present evidence, call witnesses, or make submissions in their defense before the court reaches a final determination. The trial has attracted considerable public interest because of concerns of accountability and the use of public funds in major infrastructure projects. Proceedings are expected to continue as the defense begins presenting its case.
Another story, Pamela Graham has been sworn in as Ghana's 11th Auditor General, marking history as the first woman to hold the position.
Pamela Graham has officially been sworn in as Ghana's 11th Auditor General, marking a historic milestone as the first female to assume the role. The swearing-in ceremony was held at the presidency, where she took her oath of office to begin her mandate. As Auditor General, she is expected to lead the country's audit service in ensuring accountability, transparency, and proper management of public funds. Her appointment has been described as a significant step in promoting gender inclusion in top public service leadership positions. She is expected to strengthen audit oversight across government institutions and support efforts to combat financial irregularities and improve public sector efficiency.
Let me also take the opportunity on behalf of the government and people of Ghana to express our sincere appreciation to the outgoing Auditor General whose tenure comes to an end today, and I just acknowledged him. Thank you very much. We thank him for his dedicated service to our country and for his contribution to strengthening the institutions of public accountability. We wish him continued good health and every success in the years ahead and in any future endeavors. Every ministry, department, agency, metropolitan, municipal, and district assembly, state-owned enterprises, and public officials must recognize that accountability is not optional, it is a constitutional obligation. The Auditor General therefore occupies a central place in our national development agenda. By identifying weaknesses in financial management systems, promoting compliance with the law, and recommending corrective actions, the office directly contributes to improving public service delivery and protecting the taxpayers' money. My government will continue to support the strengthening of the audit service through investment in modern audit technologies, digital systems, capacity building, and institutional reforms that enable the service to discharge its constitutional mandate effectively. At the same time, all public institutions must cooperate fully with our Auditor General and ensure the timely implementation of audit recommendations. Audit reports should never be viewed merely as statutory documents to be laid before Parliament. They should serve as a practical management tool to improve governance, strengthen internal controls, eliminate waste, and enhance the efficiency of public administration. And so, Dr. Graham, as you take the oath of office today, remember that the authority vested in you by the Constitution carries with it an equal...
Away from the stories making headlines on the local front, we're crossing over to the business desk right after the break. Now, Dede Gogo will bring us details of the stories. Please stay with us.
Welcome back from the break. This is the business news with Dede Gogo. In business, the Vice President has announced that government will expand the use of agroecological farming practices under the Feed Ghana program to promote sustainable agriculture, improve food security, and enhance climate resilience. Government is set to scale up agroecological farming practices as part of the Feed Ghana program. The announcement was made by the Vice President, who said the initiative is aimed at promoting sustainable food production while protecting the environment. Agroecology combines environmentally friendly farming methods to local knowledge to improve soil health, increase productivity, and strengthen farmers' resilience to climate change. According to the Vice President, expanding agroecology will support government's efforts to boost food security, create jobs, and reduce the country's dependence on food imports. The move forms part of Border Feed Ghana program, which seeks to modernize agriculture, empower farmers, and ensure a more resilient and sustainable food system. Away from the agribusiness, government has reaffirmed its commitment to implementing the Ghana-Canada Waste-to-Energy Agreement aimed at improving waste management, generating clean energy, and promoting environmental stability. Government has pledged to fully implement the Ghana-Canada Waste-to-Energy Agreement as part of efforts to improve sanitation and expand renewable energy production. The agreement seeks to convert municipal waste into electricity using modern waste-to-energy technologies, while reducing the volume of waste sent to landfill sites. Officials say the initiative is expected to strengthen waste management system, support cleaner communities, create employment opportunities, and contribute to Ghana's clean energy transition. Government believes the partnership with Canada will also encourage technology transfer, attract investment, and support the country's climate and sustainable development goals. The project forms part of broader efforts to address urban sanitation challenges while enhancing waste as a vulnerable resource for national development. We're going for a break. Up next is sports and entertainment with Farah Ai. Welcome back from that break. I am Farah Ai, and I'm bringing you the sports news. Now, ahead of Ghana's clash with Colombia at 1:30 a.m. this dawn, Black Stars head coach Carlos Queiroz has challenged his players to produce a near-flawless performance against Colombia as Ghana prepares for a crucial FIFA World Cup round of 32 clash.
Black Stars head coach Carlos Queiroz has called for maximum concentration ahead of Ghana's decisive World Cup encounter with Colombia. The Portuguese tactician says there is no room for mistakes, stressing that his players must deliver a disciplined and a flawless performance against one of South America's strongest side. Queiroz believes tactical discipline, teamwork, and mental resilience will be crucial if Ghana is to secure a place in the round of 16. The Black Stars have intensified preparation with the technical team, focusing on defensive organization, capitalizing on scoring opportunities. A victory over Colombia will see Ghana advance to the next stage of the tournament, keeping alive the nation's hope of historic World Cup.
Important game for both teams, and it will be great to see two fantastic teams on the pitch. Different styles, with both teams committed to win the game, create entertainment, and for sure both teams trying to bring the best results home. And I hope with the right inspiration and the right attitude we'll be able to be a better team on the pitch tomorrow, and of course get the result that our fans they expect from us. With all due respect of Colombia, of course, but this is our commitment for tomorrow. Different different competitions, but knockout stage, it is something special. There is nothing to compare in football when we go to this stage of everything to the winner, nothing to the loser. Those are the really World Cup start now for us. These are the games that counts and matters. It's more about, it's not only about talent, it's about character, it's about attitude, courage, bravery during 90 minutes. And in this game there is no guys that some of them are brave or others not brave. It's just guys that they last more 10 minutes than the others. And this is exactly what we are doing with the players, to make them ready to be always one step ahead of the game, one jump more, one run more, one sprint more, one better pass. And we have to play the game. This is my experience. We know it is a lot of pressure. You know, we don't need to bring more pressure for us. We have to be sure that when the game starts, I have to be sure that my players, they really enjoy to play the game. They enjoy every challenge, every pass, every strike on goal, every single duel. And when we start to win those small things in the game, we start to build the result that we expect.
Up next is entertainment. Now in entertainment, the biographical film based off of the life of pop icon Michael Jackson has reportedly become the highest grossing music biopic of all time, setting a new box office record.
The biographical film chronicling the life and career of the late king of pop, Michael Jackson, has achieved a box office milestone. The movie has reportedly become the highest grossing music biopic of all time, surpassing the previous records. The film traces Michael Jackson's journey from his early years with the Jackson 5 to his rise as one of the world's most influential entertainers. Industry analyst says strong audience interest, global appeal, and enduring legacy of Jackson's music have contributed significantly to the film's commercial success. The achievement underscored the continued worldwide fascination with the life and career of one of music's most iconic performers.
Now that's all for sports and entertainment with me, Farah Ayi. Up next is international news with El Samos.
Welcome back from the business front, also bringing entertainment and sports, returning our attention to the international front, where France has recorded an estimated 2025 excess deaths during the peak of a recent heat wave, as several European countries continue to face extreme temperatures linked to worsening climate conditions.
French health authorities say an estimated 2,025 excess deaths were recorded during the height of the recent heat wave, underscoring the growing human toll of extreme weather across Europe. The prolonged period of exceptionally high temperatures placed significant pressure on the health systems, with older adults and people with underlying medical conditions among the most affected. Meteorologists warn that Europe could experience more frequent and intense heat waves as climate change continues to drive extreme weather events across the continent. Authorities in several countries have urged residents to stay hydrated, avoid prolonged exposure to the sun, and follow public health advisories as temperatures remain unusually high. The latest figures have renewed calls for stronger climate adaptation measures and improved preparedness to protect vulnerable populations from the impact of extreme heat.
Away from Europe, we go straight to Africa, where a new clinical trial for Ebola treatment has begun in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, with researchers aiming to evaluate more effective therapies to improve survival rate during the future outbreaks.
Health authorities in the Democratic Republic of the Congo have launched a new clinical trial to assess promising treatments for Ebola. The study is expected to evaluate the safety and effectiveness of potential therapies that could improve patient outcomes and strengthen the global response to future Ebola outbreaks. The trial brings together local health officials, researchers, and international partners in a collaborative effort to advance scientific knowledge and enhance epidemic preparedness. The Democratic Republic of the Congo has experienced multiple Ebola outbreaks over the years, making it a key location for research into the deadly virus. Experts say the findings from the trial could help shape future treatment protocols and improve the world's ability to respond quickly to Ebola emergencies.
With a story from Democratic Republic of Congo, which comes to the end of this evening bulletin. Live and direct from our studios on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate. We look forward to seeing you again, but before we take leave of you, a recap of the stories making headlines.
Government sets up 5 committees to coordinate post-flood response. In business, government to scale up agroecology and the Feed Ghana program, Vice President. And on the international front, Ebola treatment trial begins in DR Congo.
Thanks for staying with us. The news was also live across our social media handles on MBN 360, Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram. I want to say thank you to you. Also, before we go, just want to say thank you. Brought you business with Na Dede Gogo Sports and Entertainment with Farah Ayer. My name is El Samuels. You have a good evening.